Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Paige Bamgboshe Roethlisberger.
Hi, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe. Hi, guys.
And today we have a special guest, Chrishon Lampley from Love Cork Screw. How are you?
Crazy as ever. Hello. Thanks for having me. Definitely excuse the fact I'm in the car, but you know, I always say one bottle at a time, and this is the crazy life I chose in wine, huh?
You know what? We actually have done another interview with the interviewee in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had another one. In fact, our first one, right? And it was great. It was like one of the best.
It was one of the best ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So thank you so much for being on the show. We like to start off with some icebreakers. So Chicago icebreakers, because you're from the Chicago area, correct?
Yes, I am. True and true. Chicago in here.
Okay.
So a couple quick questions. Does ketchup belong on a hot dog?
You're gonna put me on the spot. So as a Chicagoan, I'm supposed to say no. However, I do enjoy ketchup. So there might be a few that disown me from Chicago, but it's just what it is. I enjoy it on there, yes.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Now,
we're originally from New York, and we do not, just mustard, right?
I know, same with Chicago, but
okay. I'm gonna try it. Easy enough.
It's good. It's good.
I've never heard of this drink before, and I may be mispronouncing it. My husband told me about it. It's called Mallard. Is that how you pronounce it? Mallard? I'm not sure. Have you ever tasted it or heard of it?
Not sure what that is.
Okay, well, I'll pull away from that one because he said it's like real bitter and it's like a native to Chicago.
Oh, that's funny. And I know nothing about it.
No worries. If you could have dinner with only one of these celebrities, who would it be? Oprah, Michelle Obama, or Michael Jordan?
Woo! I have to go with Michelle Obama. I mean, literally one of my wines is named after one of her catchphrases. When they go low, we go high. So it would have to be Michelle Obama. And literally where I just pulled up in my home, I'm literally 6 blocks away from the old Obama's house. So I have to say the Obamas.
Okay.
And celebrity crush.
Huge crush on Sade. Huge crush.
Oh,
I will, if she ever has a concert again, and I went to one of her very last ones that she did here in Chicago at the United Center. If she ever did one again, no matter where it is, I'm there.
I would love.
She's amazing.
Well, she does something like every 10 years, so she's
right.
Something soon. Yeah.
I hope so. I'm there. I don't care where it is. UK, whatever. I will travel.
Okay.
So, Ma, we're gonna do a toast. I hope you can see this. So this is the Cabernet Sauvignon, and Mom, what do you have?
And mine is the Riesling.
Riesling?
Yay! Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little toast.
I love it. Okay. So of course, since I'm in the car, I'm toasting too. I'm toasting with Starbucks, but trust that I would have a bottle of my wine in my hand.
Okay.
All right, Ma, so lead us on a toast.
Okay, here we go. Long life and prosperity, health, wealth, and happiness. And congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. All right.
Oh, chin chin. Thank you. I love it.
Okay, so delicious. Let me get another sip. Hold on.
Excellent.
You can take as many sips as you want.
A little early.
Oh, I will. It's a little early, but definitely.
Excellent. Okay.
So Love Corkscrew is more than just wine. It's a lifestyle brand. How did you come up with the name? And also, how did you get started?
I wanted names that speak to the consumer. Not everyone can pronounce Chenin Blanc, Chianti, Bordeaux, Cabernet Sauvignon. And a lot of people could care less too, but when they walk down a wine aisle, they're confused. They're not sure what to purchase.
Right.
They want to give great gifts. They're not sure what to grab. They want to bring wine to someone's home as a gift or for an event or a party or a dinner, and they have no idea what to do. So I decided that Love Corkscrew was going to speak to the consumer, something easy, fun, catchy, fun labels. I have been in the industry in sales and marketing over 25 years. When I launched Love Corkscrew 9 years ago, I knew I was going to stick out on the shelf. I knew it was something different. I wanted it to be fun. And I wanted people to take these double entendres and these catchphrases and make them their own. And I think that's what they did. So 9 years later, over 1 million bottles sold and sold all over the country, distributed as many places as we possibly can right now, but we're growing one bottle at a time, as I always say.
I love that. Okay. So what is I'm gonna butcher it. Negociant.
Negociant.
So what can you tell us what that is?
Sure. So negociant, the definition in the dictionary would be a wine merchant that purchases grapes and sells it as their own. So what does that really translate to? I source from 4 different vineyards, some around the world. And what I do is when I source the grapes, I decide what varietals, so what flavors, if you will, that I am going to produce. I decide, so they call it finishing. So I finish the wine. So that means I decide exactly what the flavor profile will end up being, whether it be dry, so as much residual sugar as I'm going to add to make it sweet or not, whether it's going to be a little bit bitter, whether I'm going to let it sit in some barrels, some wooden barrels for a little bit to have that oaky flavor to it. Whatever I want to do with these grapes, I'm going to finish the wine and make it my own. So that is what a negociant does, and I love it because I don't have just one area, one source from my grapes, because I like all different flavor profiles. So it's been fun, and it's not easy. Easy.
It doesn't.
A lot of traveling.
It sounds like fun, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It seriously is.
Sounds very fulfilling. It really sounds very interesting. I have a question.
Ma.
I have a question. My question is this. If I were to come to your home, okay, on invitation, what would that experience be? What would be something you'd be proud of to have me see or acknowledge? What would that experience be like right now, today?
I love that. If you walked in right now, I would hand you a bottle of my new demi-sec, because my new demi-sec pays homage. It's my reserve line, and it pays homage to my family. So
Lampley,
it's called Lampley, the Lampley, the Lampley. I would hand that to you. You did. I would hand you that because my mom is on that label. And it's an old picture of her in this gorgeous white dress, showing her beautiful back.
Is that the low back? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that is everything to me. So that would be the first thing I would pick up, because to be able to make it this far, to make something like that and leave behind something of lineage and heritage in something that I love, that would be the first thing I would do, is hand that bottle to you.
Oh, I love that.
Very welcoming, very sweet, very sentimental. I love it. Okay. So thank you for that answer. Thank you for that response.
And that was a great question. Great question.
So you've been featured in various publications, from People Magazine to Wine Enthusiast, Forbes Magazine, Food Network, and so many more. You also were featured on Atlanta Housewives. Since you're talking about reality shows, tell me which one you prefer. Married at First Sight or The Bachelorette?
I would say Married at First Sight. I used to watch The Bachelorette like long time ago. I mean, that's been running forever.
Yeah.
And after a while, you know, I got out of it. So Married at First Sight, it was very interesting. Because, you know, when they always say reality is not reality, but sometimes reality is reality. And I'll give you an example. I was actually on a show on CNBC. It was one whole episode. And it featured Love Corkscrew. And I will say this to all reality shows. I only taped one day, but we taped for 12 hours, nonstop in the studio.
Yeah.
I have to agree with a lot of them, and I think a lot of celebrity stars have said this before. Eventually, you don't see the cameras because they're with you so much that all of a sudden they're not there. So you really do become you. If you weren't
become
before,
very relaxed. Yeah.
very, very. We were in a studio and they said there was literally 200 cameras around us. You couldn't see them, right? They're all in the walls. But at the beginning, they make you aware of that because they're in your ear, right? Telling you what's going on. But by the 5th hour, I'm acting like they're not even there.
Yeah.
So you get very laxed and things can come out that you may not. So that's the one thing I'll say.
Okay.
I've heard that. I've heard
I
that.
love that.
After a while, it's you. It's not production. After a while, it's just really
It's you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Especially after all those hours. So
yeah.
So how about Ready to Love or 90 Day Fiance?
90 Day Fiance. My boyfriend and I are obsessed with it. Like obsessed. We watch it, and
my
we
goodness.
used to watch it a lot, Ma.
You know what? I love it. They have a whole cottage industry surrounding 90 Day Fiance before, after, blah, 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 blah.
We watch them all. We watch them all.
I used to, but you know what happened? I started to find that the people seem to be so mean. You know, I'm like,
but this is the thing though.
Yeah.
This is the thing though. It's the dysfunction, right? This is what's awesome. We laugh about it. When we're watching it, it makes us appreciate our relationship more. Because as dysfunctional as we think we are,
take one look at them. Oh my God. And it's like some of those brides are like they're breathing fire. And oh my goodness, what on earth is going on?
Dysfunction.
And then, but then what about some of them that are so sad? Oh my God.
Dysfunction. But it's real, right? It's real. It's really what we go through in relationships.
And then you know what? And then I really got a little bit upset about a couple of the episodes where I felt the people were really taking advantage or being taken advantage of.
Of course.
Get it. But
isn't that life though?
And at one point.
In that life though?
Yeah.
You know, that happens.
You better bet. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly how it goes down. You better bet. It is. Right now, I'm a Ready to Love person.
You're ready to love.
Yeah.
So how about Top Chef or Hell's Kitchen?
Funny, I'm not into either one of them. I'll be honest. My guy is such an amazing cook. He's into both of them. Wow. So I would say probably Top Chef. He watches them. I'm not into it because I'm spoiled by not only him, but just working in the wine industry for so long.
Gotcha.
I have so amazing chefs around me that it's not that I don't like watching the craft, but they're just so amazing that I rather I'm like a queen, right? I rather sit and enjoy, and I'm gonna just prepare all the wines for you for the pairing, and you just let me eat.
Oh, I feel you on that. You're lucky, so yeah.
Yes, I am spoiled.
My daughter's the super cook, but me, no, I'd rather just enjoy the food.
Yeah, I don't have to sit and watch and learn. Just do it. That's your thing, right?
There you go.
So last one, how about the Housewives or Love and Hip Hop?
Housewives, and he's loving hip hop. So I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop until we were together, and he starts watching. But I'm all about the Real Housewives, all of them, all the franchises. I enjoy them all. And again, it's just a release. It's a release.
Yeah.
I work so hard, and it's just great. I always say to watch shows that you have to use like zero brain power.
Yeah.
I don't have to think.
I hear you.
Just let them do whatever they do with a glass of wine, and I just laugh you know, and just enjoy myself.
Okay, I have one quickie, one quickie. Okay, your options are very limited with this one, okay? Because it's going to be both or neither or either or. Relationship expert, quote unquote,
Gosh.
Steve Harvey versus Kevin Samuels.
Wait, what was the first one?
Steve Harvey.
Oh God.
Steve Harvey versus Kevin Samuels.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. There's a loaded answer. I'm gonna say Steve Harvey only because at least his stuff is not so ridiculously threatening that it's just comical, and so one-sidedly comical that I'm okay with. If we just sat and listened to him, your relationship is not going to be ruined. But if you sit and listen to Kevin Samuels, your relationship will be ruined. Like I had to tell my boyfriend, how about you never listen to that ever again?
There you go.
Yes.
I'm with you. I am with you. And at least with Steve Harvey, like you say, you can always laugh at it, and you can always say Steve Harvey is always in a relationship, no matter how he struggles in that relationship. Who knows? I don't know. But he's
correct.
So, you know, but Kevin Samuels is something, a whole nother kind of monster.
There's so many red flags. There's so many question marks. The way he talks to women.
And the poor women who call up and listen to that, and they actually take it serious. I feel bad.
And get verbally abused.
Yeah.
I am so about women empowerment and
physical abuse.
Yeah.
Spanking every once in a while.
That's the most ridiculous thing. That's the most ridiculous thing. I'm all about being self-aware. I'm all about being told the truth. Sure. However, there is a way to do it. And I think he's just very self-deprecating to a lot of the women. It's almost like they're taking the abuse and they're enjoying it. And that's very Stockholm syndrome. I feel very sad for them, but I will never, ever, ever, ever. And there's no expertise there, which makes it even worse. Well, so that's just a recipe for a disaster.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Disaster.
Expertise consists of a series of failed relationships.
Right. All right.
So then that means you don't know what you're doing. Because if you failed nonstop, that doesn't mean you become an expert. You're an expert on failing.
There you go. You can discuss that.
I was going to ask you.
Good. Good feedback.
I was going to ask you if you would ever go on a reality show, but you said that you have. Is there any reality show out there now that you would, like to be a part of?
Not one specifically. I'll be honest. There's definitely different shows that have reached out to me that are being created. Okay. So I would love to be on one that's wine specific about Black women in wine, because there's only 1% of us in the whole world. Yeah. So I think that even just following me in my day around, if there was camera crew with me today, you've gotten a full day already before 2:00. So I think following just Black women in the wine and spirit industry would make for a great reality show, and we'll see. Hopefully one will come out soon.
Oh, I'll definitely tune in for that.
You know what? They have this new what is it? Napa Valley.
I think yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either, but I'm gonna watch it, and it's about an African American family, and they own, I guess,
it's
vineyards
right. It's scripted.
It's on It's on Oprah's network.
Yeah.
Or what was formerly her.
It was.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. Yeah.
I know that you're a great public speaker. You did a TED Talk, which I thought was amazing. How did that opportunity arise? And how did you feel? What did you think about it?
So it was just years of experience, not only public speaking, but being very transparent, telling my story in many different women conferences, events, entrepreneurial events, panel. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time. And now to backtrack a little bit, growing up, I was always in musicals, always, doing some type of public speaking. So I knew that I had a great voice that projects, and people listen. When I talk, people listen. Okay. So I always knew I had that gift. So the opportunity came, and I was asked to do a TEDx, and I was in shock because that was on my bucket list. That was my top 3 things on my bucket list. And I was like, I always wanted to do a TED Talk. So when they asked me, it was the most amazing experience I ever had. I cried a lot during the process of excitement of now it's here.
Right.
It was a lot of preparation. A lot of people don't know that the preparation for a TED Talk is very stringent. They give you specific rules, whether it's you have to stand in that red dot, you know, no note cards, everything fully memorized, certain time frame you have. It's very, very specific. You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to talk and I'm going to create a, you know, a script. No. It's very serious. So I'll never forget the day I did it. I was nervous. I think I threw up the night before. And then when I got on stage, soon as I walked on the stage, every nerve dropped. It was like I'm home. It was like I'm home. And when it was unbelievable. And when I did the talk, to be honest, I don't even remember the words coming out of my mouth. You know, I had practiced them so well, but I was so into my feeling and projection of my story that it was an out of body experience. And to this day, people email me and said they cried watching it. So it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I love that. Oh my gosh. Ma, did you see it? You didn't get a chance.
I saw you on American Black Forum. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I enjoyed being on that. That honestly, I'm glad you said that one. That one told my story. That was the first one to really tell my story. American Black Forum did an amazing job. So yes, if anyone has a chance to watch it that hasn't out there in your audience, definitely watch that. They were just great at the storytelling of my whole story. It was great.
You were great. I think you were great. Oh yeah.
And since we're keeping with the theme of Chicago, it's time to choose some Chicago celebrity faves. So Kanye West or Chance the Rapper?
Go with Kanye because that's my era. You know, Chance the Rapper is a little young for me, so I don't know his greatness, to be honest. So obviously I know he does a lot for the community, but as far as music and things, no. But just growing up hip hop, you know, type thing, definitely Kanye. We would go to some of the same parties, you know, so I definitely, that's my era.
Okay. Jennifer Hudson or Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan, hands down. Shaka Khan.
That's
hands down, no question.
Okay.
No question.
Twista or the
Well, she's not your era. Shaka Khan is my era.
But I still love her. Hey, I can name Rufus songs. Like I love Shaka.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm sorry. What was that? Twista or
Debrat?
Twista. I would say Twista.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Twista on that one. Again, I mean, Debrat was around the same era, but yeah, I enjoyed Twista.
Okay. How about Curtis Mayfield or Lou Rawls?
Ooh, Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield? Okay.
Me too.
And Earth, Wind, and Fire or Rufus?
Oh, stop. Because I was going to just blurt out Earth, Wind, and Fire until you said, or Rufus. So definitely Earth, Wind, and Fire. I just listened to Fantasy before I called in. So I would say Earth, Wind, and Fire. Maurice White is one of the greatest singers of all time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Yeah. One of the best singers of all time.
So I heard that you sing. Do you sing? Is that?
Yeah, I do. So yes and no. I sung in musicals.
Okay.
But I don't just like to. So yeah. Can I hold a tune? Absolutely. But am I Shaka? Absolutely not.
Okay. So who are you listening to now, or who is your favorite artist?
Jamiroquai is one of my favorite artists of all time.
Wow.
He's just amazing. I'm a huge Jamiroquai fan, huge Sade fan. Foreign Exchange, huge fan. Robert Glasper, huge fan. So I really like the eclectic, jazzy feel music. The Internet, she's great. Sid, so very that different vibe, neo soul, but with a little edge. I love it.
Okay, all right, that was different. Okay. So I know that, like you said, you have a theatrical background. I think you landed the lead role in, is it Ain't Misbehaving? Is that
Yeah,
so?
correct.
Just little things I picked up. Okay, so favorite celebrities, Chicago. These are all Chicago based. Harrison Ford or Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Interesting.
Even though Harrison Ford, yes, I loved Indiana Jones and all. Please, I've seen all of them. But Vince Vaughn, just something about him.
Okay. Okay.
I think he's attractive. Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very.
there's that. Tina,
There's that.
Tina Fey or Amy Poehler?
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey. Okay.
Yeah.
Bill Murray or Robin Williams?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Man, he was funny. That's a funny man.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Mac or Mr. T?
Bernie Mac. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer or Pat Sajak?
Pat Sajak, for sure. I mean, just old school. I just think of that's what I grew up with. I didn't watch Jerry Springer. Like, I mean, a couple of times I did just to see the ridiculousness, but you knew the script. Like, you knew what was going to happen next. I'm like,
Oh, cool. Yeah. So how about Dwayne Wade or Derrick Rose?
Dwayne Wade.
All right.
Definitely. Just I'm showing my age for sure.
All right. So what do you love most about being an entrepreneur, about being a CEO?
There's a couple of things. I love leading amazing people, creatives, PR specialists that I work with, operation managers, key account. My team is amazing, and being able to lead a team that brings the company to the next level is just the hugest turn on. So I love it all. So being a leader is very rewarding in entrepreneurship, as well as the freedom. And the freedom is not what people think it is. Freedom is not making your own hours, because when you're really in it and you're at that next level, you're really still succumbing to everyone else. Every email that I get, I mean, even when we've been on this podcast, I've gotten probably 20 emails that have come through my phone. Everything that I have to respond to in the next 24 hours. But because I am always in front of things, I'm going to respond to all those in the next hour. So it's not that you have freedom of time. I actually have less time than my 9 to 5 that I used to have. So it is being able to see something grow from your hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And the one part that I think we don't do as African Americans, especially, is when it's time to let our baby go. And that's sell it, whether it be a venture capitalist situation, selling the company, we don't. And we end up thinking that being a thousandaire is better than being a millionaire. A lot of times you got to let it go, because you've worked hard and you've built something great to sell it. Right. People get confused with leaving legacy. Leaving legacy, your kids may not like what you did. So how are you leaving a legacy if they're not going to continue doing it? Right. Sometimes that money that you earned doing that is the legacy you live. Sure. Why can't we do like the rest of them do? Right. Why can't we leave that in a trust? Why can't we build wealth that way? They may not have the same interests you do. Sure. And so all they're doing is going to run your business to the ground. Sure. So absolutely. I really want people to know out there, when you're an entrepreneur, you build it to let it go. But you put that number in your head, though. You put that number, whatever that number is. Yeah. You don't let it go until you get that number.
I love that. And I think like Jay-Z is like a master at that, and Magic Johnson even. I love that.
Yes.
That. Thanks.
Yes.
Yes.
Sell it.
What's been the hardest decision that you had to make as an entrepreneur?
Letting things go. Right. And now I'm not talking about the side of letting the company go, letting things that I do go. Yeah. It took me a long time to have an assistant. It took me a long time to trust my accountant, to trust, my tax providers, because I'm always trying to do everything. I'm even still packing sometimes my own boxes. And people are like, what in the world are you doing, Chrishon? There's better time, better things you can do with your time. So it's hard sometimes to let things go to hire people because it's your baby and it's never going to be theirs. No matter how committed they are to you, it's still not theirs.
Right.
So they're not going to give the dedication that you will. You need to manage your expectations. So that would be the biggest thing, that I need to start letting things go. And it wasn't until this year that I started doing that.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Great. And so what's been the best decision that you've made as a business owner?
Starting it.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. That's right, because everything flows from there. Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
That's it.
What would you say has been your biggest accomplishment professionally and personally? If you want, whatever you want to share.
Yeah. Being able to be at the table with venture capitalists. I'm there, and it's surreal. And a lot of times when you get there, when you work so hard, you have a vision, you actually get to your vision, you can self-sabotage yourself because you're thinking, wait, did I do everything right? Did I not do anything right? Wait, is this really going to happen? Is this not going to happen? So when you possibly have millions of dollars at the table, that is a surreal position to be in. So I would say the biggest accomplishment is being at the table. Nothing signed yet, but being at that table, I'm good. Just the opportunity, I'm good.
Oh, of course. Okay. So Valentine's Day is coming up. What would you say is like the perfect meal to go with a bottle of Love Corkscrew, and you can choose your favorite wine?
Definitely Head Over Heels. That's my #1 seller during Valentine's Day. Head Over Heels, of course, with the hearts. But all Love Corkscrew sells very well during Valentine's Day. But I always say Riesling goes with everything. When in doubt, you get a bottle of Riesling. Riesling always has the most perfect acidity that goes with every meal. So I would say Riesling, and I love so many things, but I love short ribs. I love a good pasta dish, seafood dish. Seafood pastas are great, but just about anything would go. So what I would love to enjoy, a good steak. For vegetarians out there, maybe a good eggplant parmesan with the Riesling or the Cabernet Sauvignon. I think it'd be great.
All right. So what's the best movie that you've seen recently or of all time?
Spider-Man recently. Brilliant movie.
Is that
brilliant?
Not No Way Home, with what's the
yeah, I think it is No Way Home or something. No Way, but it was with where all three of them show up. It was absolutely amazing, very well written. I remember watching the Oscar nods, and they said they should have been nominated because it was really that great. So yeah, I like action, and I thought it was amazing.
Okay, I like that. All right. So what's the worst movie that you've seen?
There's been so many. Gosh. Ones that you just want to turn off. I can't even think of them because they were so bad. I'm not into scary flicks at all. So I would say anything scary. And so I'll say worse because I'll still have nightmares about it. So probably any Freddy Krueger movies. The worst movies I've ever seen as a kid.
Halloween guy, right?
No, that's Jason, Myers. I think.
Jason.
That's Mike Myers. That's Jason. Mike Myers. Okay. No, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Oh God.
The nails, Mom. No. You remember the nails? Okay.
Yeah. No, that's the worst ever.
I don't watch that genre at all.
Yes.
My daughter forced me into a couple for the podcast, but I generally don't watch that at all.
Oh God, since a kid, like they still haunt me. So yeah.
Fun, like romantic movies to watch when with a special someone, and you can like hug them and okay, never mind.
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. I can't think of it now, but there's a few good ones. I can't think of the one now.
Are you a sports fan?
I am.
Oh, okay. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
I will. So I am what you call the general sports fan, right? So when people ask my favorite teams on stuff, I love the game. I love the challenge. I love watching football. That's one of my favorite sports. I'm always going to root for the underdog. But just the strategy that goes into it, I think is amazing and a great release.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going for the Bengals then? Or
Whoever, I'm open.
Underdogs, right? Bengals
So then, yes,
Yeah.
if they're the underdogs, yes.
I usually
Whoever's losing in the game, that's who I'm going to end up rooting for to come back.
I like the underdog, and I like the cute quarterback. Whoever.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoever's the cutest quarterback.
I go for.
Man, I will say if a crush is Tom Brady, crush.
Yeah.
That is a fine man.
Oh, Tommy boy is
a fine man.
He's gone.
He's leaving.
At
least he says he's leaving. We don't know yet.
Well, but we haven't heard it directly from him.
We've
heard it from the other media.
Well, he said he was leaving, but he also said he was leaving.
Oh, okay, because I heard everybody else, but I didn't actually see Tom.
But that's fine.
But he also said never close the door.
Right. Open. So that means
he might pull a Jordan. He might retire for a little bit and come back. Because who's gonna say no to him coming back? What team would ever turn him down if he wanted to come back for a year?
Right.
Okay. That's whatever. With your fine self. Just fine.
So this is the most important question. I know you're from Chicago, and I also know that you've been to New York because you've been to Times Square because Love Cork had a billboard, right? And so Chicago deep dish or a New York slice?
New York slice. I fell in love with New York slices.
Okay.
I love it that way.
Chicago, but okay.
So
I love deep dish is too much bread. People think it's more cheese, and it's really just more bread and sauce. I love cheese.
Yeah.
So the slice, I will take a New York slice in a second.
Okay. All right.
Have you ever been down Texas way? You know, we're in Texas now at this point.
So what? Texas has different style pizza?
No. I just thought about it.
I know what she said that now. We're good for barbecue.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Not known so much for pizza, no.
Right. But I just say it's all cattle down there. Just beef.
Yeah. You better bet. Yeah. This is cattle country, right? Oh,
right.
So Ma, do you have anything else that you would like to ask Chrishon?
No, not really. You covered everything. Yeah, you covered everything that I was interested in hearing about, and I enjoyed meeting you, and I'm a fan of you. And
yes, the Riesling, head over heels. I love it.
So Chrishon, what's going on with you? What's next for Love Corkscrew and for you? So
much next for Love Corkscrew. We've taken on so many new accounts, new states, new distribution levels. So we are just growing at a ridiculous rate, expanding at a ridiculous rate. If you're in Texas now, our wines are carried at Total Wines and More, Go Puff. So we are just growing at a crazy rate. So I just want everyone to continue following Love Corkscrew's journey. We have a wine festival that we're creating called Clink Festival. Just watch me grow. Just watch me grow.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Well, we'll be along for the ride.
We definitely will. We want to thank you so much for coming on the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. Everyone follow all the social media. Love Corkscrew.
Love Corkscrew.
Is it on it's Facebook, Instagram?
Everything. Instagram. Everything is Love Corkscrew.
Okay. So thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much, Chrishon. Bye.
Thank you.
Continue success.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Much love. Take care.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.